only clap you need is...
Huh?
I don't know.
Is that how we're going to start?
Well, it's better than you screaming. Hey, guys.
You're so rude to me.
Honestly, you deserve a couple good little shots. Hey, guys, if you're just listening to us, hey, it's our birthday anniversary.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Just Extra podcast with Jackie and Erica. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Erica. Yeah. Just for you. Just for you, my girl. Okay. Very excited to be here. Do you miss us? Funny enough, I was just uploading the Ultimate CatchUp, I think, to YouTube, and we literally started the same way on that episode because it had been a minute. We were like, do you miss us? Do you miss us? Like, we didn't miss you. We were so happy for this break. You were. And then you were like, I'm so excited to get a break. You know, I just graduated.
I think honestly, and I forgot to put myself on Do Not Disturb again. See, I suck.
I didn't hear anything.
I think honestly, the first time was like kind of like a planned break, but then this time it wasn't so planned. My life isn't planned, and I think that's the problem. But that's okay. So anyway, y'all wondering, hey, what happened? Where'd you guys go? Well, where? As you can see, I have a new background here.
All right. The fourth one in a minute.
Right? I have officially moved. Like, honestly, I'm quite tired. I have new furniture. I have a new home. When I talked about the last podcast about choosing a home and how Hassan and Eric, first off, Hassan is on the line. So
wait, we're supposed to be doing the extra thoughts. So why are we acting like we don't know what we're doing with this podcast? We're supposed to start with the extra thoughts before we get into any kind of catch up.
Should we start over?
No, let's keep going with the rolling with the homie. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I know. We gotta let it go.
So
let it rock.
On our last episode, we talked about fear and change. So in our extra thoughts segment of the podcast, we just get to give our extra little thoughts on our last topic of convo. So for me, when we were talking about that, one of the things that I think that we didn't mention was just generally talking about like adulting. I remember you and I were having a conversation about adulting, and we were just like, oh gosh, we gotta like be more intentional with like the things that we do and get our whole lives together. And, you know, maybe we shouldn't really be like going out as often as we go out. Maybe we should have a little drink a little beverage, okay, as often as we might be having some beverages, okay? So I was thinking about like change in regards to that, and like, you know, the word for the year for me is alignment. And so I was thinking about like, oh, I got to be more aligned to like my best self. And like, that is my ultimate goal. And so that does require change, right? Like you can't think that you're going to elevate or things are going to happen to you if you consistently are doing the same things that you have been doing, because that's what got you here, right? You got to switch something else up to get you to that next little situation. So I just need to be more intentional with the things that I am doing, the types of events that I want to have or be around or be at. Like, why are we going here? Why are we going there? Like, I want there to be like a purpose, you know, or at least like a show, like a concert or a band or like someone that we're specifically going to there for, or like to celebrate somebody or something that sounds just aligned to our interests. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just like randomly being somewhere. So that's going to require some change. I think like thinking about like, you know, we're in our 30s. Okay. And we're not 20 no more. Okay. So I just feel like we can't go to the rivers and the lakes that we used to. You know?
I agree. I don't need to go to address anymore except for, you know, lamb chop day, but that's it. Yeah. And that's only a quick hi and bye.
Yeah.
Like,
here to put a lamb in my mouth. I'm with you.
There's a lot of places that I'm like, look, Houston already died, but we can talk about it, you know, a little later on in this podcast. But I agree with you. I'm in this new space. We're paying a new type of rent. We're not $900 no more. But honestly, as far as fear and change and all that other stuff, I need to stop being afraid of my first headspace. Like, bitch, you already knew you didn't like this particular item. You can change your mind. I used to be afraid of changing my mind, but now I'm getting into a better headspace of saying, I don't want this. I want something else.
Why were you afraid to change your mind?
I mean, if we just get into it, like, I was afraid to change my mind as far as switching leases, moving out of my first apartment, getting out of the second lease of my old new apartment.
But why?
And why?
Yeah.
Because I've already signed my name on a dotted line. It was just...
Not before you got out of your first apartment.
Back. My first apartment? Well, I was afraid of leaving because I had a good thing going. Nobody really... Who else can say I have $900 rent, you know?
But did you, though? I feel like you hated it. You kept talking about you only liked the rent. Like, it became a point where, like, that was the only thing that you were starting to enjoy.
Yes, but I realized me saving money in this way is costing me more money elsewhere. I'm spending more money being outside. I'm spending more money trying to make it work, trying to buy more furniture, trying to make it better for myself.
So the world was trying to tell you to change, and you were just resisting it.
Oh, yeah, I gaslight myself all the time and just, you know, that's okay. Like, no, you can make it work. You can make it work. Again, this also aligns with how I look at and review relationships, romantic and personal. Like, you know, you ain't fucking with this, so you can just go ahead and cut this off right now. Why do you keep trying to make it work? This is not your job.
Well, you got me there because I'm a hoe. So.
Honey,
like a girl Summer said, okay? Just might. Just might.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so can we get into CatchUp?
Yes, let's get into the CatchUp.
Okay, so hey y'all, you know, it's me. I look a little better the last time you guys saw me. Last time you saw me, I was looking real raggedy, real dry, real tired on my birthday. I was looking real homeless on the last 2 episodes prior to that.
You were.
But I'm feeling better, you know. I have a nice new space now and a newer build. Feeling good. The apartment that I was going to move to didn't move there because I don't like spiders. I don't care. I know a lot of people, it doesn't bother people like, oh, a bug here or there, spray, fuck it. It's a new spot. It's going to be my spot. Nobody else has lived there. But I don't care about that type of shit. If I'm not comfortable, I feel like God will literally put signs in front of me, just like we just talked about. Mm-hmm. You're not supposed to be here. And he literally covered the place filled with the thing that I hate the most. Not only just one type, like 4 types of species of spiders, including a jumping wolf spider and a black widow.
I don't know what those hoes are, but they don't sound friendly.
They are very country spiders. And if you know Houston, Texas, there's plenty. Okay. Especially as you go in the outskirts. So look, I said, fuck that. I'm moving. I'm looking somewhere else. And I'm living somewhere, you know, close to a friend. I was actually referred here, our friend Dolphin. So I live over here now, in his apartment complex. And
You've been there.
Yeah, been there. I know what the place is like. It's close to so many fun things. You know, if I want to go ahead and have a date, we can just meet up the street. If I wanted to go to Memorial, if I want to go downtown, I'm not far from anything. I'm happy. It was built in the last 2 years. We're good. Now, I struggled with getting furniture. As you can see, this couch here is going back to the store. Okay?
Oh.
I bought this couch. I threw out all my old furniture. All of it's gone. I said, fuck it, I'm going to start anew. Because fuck that. This couch I bought on Tuesday. It got here today. It's going back. Okay? It's not comfortable.
Dang.
This is something I'm not really used to. People on top of me, like I'm in between floors, so I can hear people walking and fucking, which is fine. I'm okay with the fucking part.
Yeah, me
but
too.
It's the walking part. Anyway, when it comes down to this furniture, it's going back. It's going to go back to what I talked about originally. Don't be afraid to change your mind. I sat on it in the furniture store. I liked it. When it got here, I didn't like it. So what I do, I grabbed my ass and went back to Living Spaces and said, I want a new couch. And it took me a week to find this couch, but it took me literally 30 minutes to find my replacement. And you know where it was? It was right behind this couch, display couch. It was waiting on me the whole time. So we're going to be good.
If that's not a metaphor for life, I do not know what is.
It was waiting on me the whole fucking time.
Right there.
And you know, that's where we're at now. The job is jobbing. I mean, I can talk about more about how the nursing profession is just more so exploitation in itself, but that could be on a different episode. Long story short, I understand why nurses quit the bedside the first year, because it's some bullshit as far as what you expect of me in a safe manner. That's it. That's where I'll leave off at. But other than that, I'm doing well. You know, my period came. My hormones are regulated.
Wait, you're on your period right now?
I just ended.
Oh my God, I'm ending too.
Yes, honey. But you've had 2 periods since I've had my last one.
Oh, you missed a whole one? Dang, you was stressed. Because I know it wasn't no dick.
Girl, no.
Or I don't know, actually. But surprised me.
And I think once I get into a routine, you know, when we talk about the structure, once I get into my grown woman routine, I feel like I can allow some dick in my life. So pray for me.
Ooh, that's so exciting. I pray for you.
I'm excited too.
Yeah.
Because some niggas be nigging in the hospital. Okay.
Get you a doctor, daddy. Give me one too. Give me one. Because what I don't want.
Girl.
Okay. So, anything else that you would like to say?
Shout out to new things, new beginnings, new homes, new couches, new dick.
Tasty.
And new seasons.
I can feel it.
New season.
Oh my God, to the new season.
Clink, clink.
All right. Well. Okay, so catch up. So, while Jackie was house hunting and trying to, you know, figure out where she was going to be, that wasn't my apartment or anybody else's apartment or anybody else's Airbnb or anybody else's hotel. Okay. I was in Europe. Okay, I was in Europe, living my best European life. Vacation is so good for you. Vacation is really good for you. I've actually been having a pretty good year in general, like compared to last year. But yeah, no, vacation, I appreciated it. Yeah, not working, just having time that's like about me. But the last time that we have chatted, one of the things that I was trying to prepare for was like seeing my stepmom for the first time in like 2 years, you know, and we've had a whole, you know, back and forth, unsuccessful conversations and whatnot. And so, you know, we had not come to a resolution before we were going to be in Barcelona for her daughter, my stepsister's wedding. But me and my therapist, we have been talking. So me and my stepmom haven't, but me and my therapist, you know, cool. And, you know, she's really helped me put a plan together in regards to like an approach for that kind of situation. And so I just, you know, have been thinking about it from an energy management standpoint. Like, what is the energy that I would like to have? You know, I'm like, I paid for this international situation. Okay. I'm a hot girl. Okay. I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to be mean and mad and full of bad energy that's telling hoes to stay away from me. I want all the hoes to flock. Okay. And I want to feel great. All right. So that is what I would like going into the situation. I don't want anyone thinking that Erica's the problem and she's going to set something off. That's my intention for our situation. And that's what happened. Okay. I had great energy. Didn't nobody disrupt me. Me and my stepmom, you know, we didn't have many moments alone. But the ones that we did, it was fine. As much as I said I wasn't going to ask that hoe about nothing, you know, like as much as I was just like, hi, that's it. Like, we're not going to say, how's the weather? What are you doing? Did you enjoy breakfast? No. Okay. We were just going to say hello. And I was, actually able to just be like, how are you? How are things? Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so that went fine. We were able to interact. That was fine. Literally, the last day that we were in Barcelona before I went to Portugal, my little sister is the one who got into it. It's minimally.
Oh.
Minimally.
Oh.
Minimally, right? And she's
That's
a Libra
different.
scales. Okay, she balanced. But basically,
not all the time. They be having some anger issues too.
She's good, I think. I got to look at her whole chart. But in general, between me and my older sister, and then you throw in my little sister, oh, she's definitely the Libra. She's definitely, is that an Earth? No, that's not an Earth sign?
That's an air sign.
An air sign. Well, my older sister's fire and I'm water. So you would think that whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, she be balancing us out. But on this specific last dinner, I wasn't there. I had already left. And so that day was the day that, like, apparently the whole family was going to do these, like, touristy things. Cause a lot of them were doing stuff for the wedding. Right. So it was just me and my little sister, me and maybe even my older sister, like, whatever. Like, so we were living life. We had the wedding on Saturday, whatever. But Monday, they were trying to live their whole entire life. But turns out, like, they were wrong tickets purchased. They were missing their, like, entry times and things like that. So they didn't get to do a couple of the activities that they were planning to do. And so, me and my sisters, we went. So I was like, oh,
bye, y'all.
We was there already.
Don't know about y'all, but I paid. So
well, we got it. Like, we went on different days. Like, these were some of our activities for, like, Friday and Sunday, like, while they were doing rehearsals and while my parents were celebrating their anniversary and whatnot. So yeah, whatever. So basically, we think, me and my, little sister are always trying to rationalize my stepmom and her behaviors, but we think that she was just kind of upset that she didn't get to do anything, because she, like, picked a fight and was like, how come you didn't invite me to do anything? You didn't invite me. You didn't invite me to come and blah, blah. And my little sister was like, oh, well, I thought you were busy with everything around the wedding, but I'm sorry that you weren't included. Like, she was genuine in that thing and thought it was just going to be that. But obviously, no, we're dealing with my stepmom. It's never just that. So she was just like, yeah, next time that, like, we have things going on, I'm not going to invite you. And so my little sister was like, you didn't invite me to Mother's Day?
That's what I'm talking about, Kayla. You better go ahead and tell her what the hell it is. That's it. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Cause don't you try it, ho. Okay.
I was dead. I was like, that's right. You better say something. Okay. And she was like, that wasn't my thing. That wasn't my thing. And Kayla was just like, it doesn't matter if it was your thing. If I asked you if you were doing something, you straight up lied or whatever. You just didn't, we weren't honest. Even if it wasn't something that I could come to or whatever. You could have just said, oh, well, this is what was planned for me. I would still like to see, whatever. Anyway, but she was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. And, it was over. It was fine. She said the other end of the table didn't really hear her. It wasn't really that super deep. But it just was like a moment that I didn't even have. Like, I didn't even have one of those moments. So I'm just like, dang, we can't. I mean, most of us made it through, but
it's bound to happen. There's already tensions. It's a long trip. Somebody's going to say something. And if that's the most that so I call it a success, honestly.
Me too.
Because, she just stated the facts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I feel good about it. We didn't have any issues. Just the next kind of situation is like, so what now? Like, okay, so we were able to be together in Barcelona. So does that mean that we're going to be able to do Thanksgiving? Or Christmas, or I'm going home this month. Am I supposed to do dinner with both of them? And so, just working through that in, like, therapy. And I kind of just feel like I'm at a place where I'm not going to try. Like, I tried. So if you want to have a relationship with me, relationships take work. So you're going to have to work for it. And to me, I would like to be seen in the relationships that I'm in. So if I'm trying to have a conversation with you about how you have hurt me, I expect for you to hold space for me and understand the lesson and have us move forward. So to me, I'm like, we can do Thanksgiving or Christmas if I want to come, but, like, random lunches, no, those are reserved for people who, like, really see me and want to hold space for me. It's not an obligation family situation. It's for real relationship building. And so we would be at this lunch or dinner not really talking about nothing, or I would have to be avoiding what I actually want to talk to you about, which is how you hurt me. So no, I don't want to sit down and have like lunch with you unless you really want to sit down and have like a real conversation. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, but I'm not going to open that can of worms. It's just going to be like, no, I'm good. Like, no, I'm okay. And like, I appreciate I'm keeping it cordial, but like what I would like for us to be able to hold intimate space is to be seen. So until then, that's just my boundary. It's fine. I'm not trying to harbor any bad energy, So it's just that you will see me when you see me, but we don't, just like you didn't have to invite Kayla to Mother's Day. I don't have to invite you to a random lunch. So
you don't. Relationships are a mutual thing. Okay. So two or more people have to put the effort in. Mm-hmm. You've already done your part. You've offered the therapy. You've offered talking. You've extended an olive branch several times. And you've done your part. Mm-hmm. I think you could make peace with that. I know I could. Because there's only so much I'm going to do.
That's very much so where I am at. So that's why I'm like, it's on her. I don't have to pursue it. Like, what I would like. You know what it would take to have a relationship with me. And you just are refusing to not do it right now. So cool. That's fine. No bad blood. I'm doing all right with my life. I wish everybody well. I'm not wishing any bad energy for now until you trigger me again. But, it's fine. So that's how I'm going to be going about it. I don't need to do really anything. I feel like you already know. I've seen you. I feel like I can go back and like be with my father if I wanted to show up for whatever I wanted to show up for. So that's how I feel about that. Okay, really quickly, the other small thing that I want to talk about for a catch up is just like a through line for the whole podcast, obviously was like my stepmom, but also just dating and stuff like that. And so just a quick little Brokey story, because what would my life be without this story? I have literally been just thinking, and I said this, I think I said this to you, or maybe I said this to him, where I was like, you're the only person that I've had sex with for the last year and a half. I think that's interesting.
Oh, Lord. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Oh, Lord. It's so funny because time is going by so fast. Because, like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was interesting because while I was overseas, he was, doing his whatever he was doing, right? Like, I'm out of town doing electrical kind of stuff, I guess. And so, he would call me.
I would have got a little something. Over there. They're uncircumcised, but I would have tried something.
Listen, the people were kind of interested in your girl, like as soon as I landed, there was like a guy from the UK who was like, oh yeah, American, blah, blah, blah. Let's chat it up. It was a white guy. I was like, oh, okay. Whatever. But I was just trying to get in my room and like shower. I was like, fresh off the plane. That's how you feel about me? Like just fresh off the plane. You want
What's up? You like it funky?
Hey. Okay. So yeah, there was also somebody like the night of the wedding. So just like in passing, like saw me going into a place. He's going out of a place, just like, oh, and he tried to exchange Snapchats. I was like, I don't use this. But we exchanged Snapchats and
he cheating.
So then he just asked me what I was doing. That like the next day he called me and I like woke up in my sleep and kind of answered, but at the very end, and then he called back and then I didn't answer. And then when I actually woke up, I texted, I guess, in the app, whatever. I communicated, we chatted. And he was just like, what are you doing? And I was like, I'm doing Park Well today. He's like, oh, I asked him what he was doing. He's like, I'm not doing anything. And I was just like, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm like, you don't know how to make a plan? You don't know, like, oh, you probably going to work up an appetite after all that walking in the park. Let's do dinner. No?
Some people just don't know how to talk. And that's it. You just lost it. Whoop, you lost me. There you go. See ya never. See, Erica, it's Houston. It's not you.
I walked up to a guy in the club. So that happened outside the club before I even got in. So then in the club, I was like,
you went to a club? You went to a club?
Listen, when I tell you, wild. So after the reception, Okay. We went back up to my stepbrother's suite. He got a suite. When I tell you there was a bathtub in the middle of the bedroom,
I know that's right.
when I tell you this place was like, oh,
We eating ass tonight type shit. Like,
now
no,
that they're
I'm
twin
like-
girls up in there.
oh
Okay.
yeah, never mind. Sorry.
No, that's why they had to get a big old
boo,
situation.
boo,
but it
boo.
was
Y'all got a
it was a
family,
very nice
boo.
little space. Okay, that's all I'm
Boo.
saying. Anyway, so in the club, I was like looking around. I was like, because that's like, hey, the party's still going. We ain't got the space no more, but we gonna go. And there was a club in the hotel. It was fine. It was just like a little situation.
What hotel did you go to?
The W.
Oh, y'all fancy.
That's what the locals said.
The W Barcelona.
Mm-hmm. And so I was like, oh, there's that fine man. There's a fine man over there. And I was just trying to bond with my stepsister because, it is what it is. And I was just like, oh, gosh, okay. He's really cute over there. You see? She's like, he is cute. And I was like, so like, what do I say? Like, should I go up to him? She's like, I mean, and I don't even know if she finished. I just turned around and I was like, hi. He was like, hello. And I was like, I just wanted to, know if you were single. And he was like, I'm engaged. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I wish you both the best of luck. Have a great life. And I just turned around and walked away. But I was like,
she's a very lucky girl.
Very, because you are fine. Okay. And that's
was
it.
he black or white? What was he looking like?
I don't know. Maybe a little spicy. I was just like, was he Spanish?
Yeah, like was he like Spanish?
Very like white, but like spicy. So I was like,
I like
Italian, Hispanic,
that.
something in that realm. Was not a black man. Didn't really
he sounds like a brunette. Was he a brunette?
He was brown hair.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. That's my shit.
Yeah, that's why we were fighting over Jacob Scipio, okay? Because that's what it was kind of giving.
Fighting. It's not a fight.
It's definitely a fight. You can back up. Anyway, so, yeah. I mean, that happened at that situation. I was like, did anybody else? I met the Nigerian Canadian in Portugal for the other part of the trip. I told y'all I was supposed to hang out with Dr. Seuss on that trip. Catfish me. I literally saw him randomly walking on the street, like my first full day being there. Like literally he saw me and like walked up to me and I was like, oh my God. He's like, I'm on my way to my like excursion. So I gotta go, but I'll hit you. I was just like, okay. And
what? And nothing happened?
I mean, he did hit me and said, okay, like let's go here. But was like, you know what? I'm tired. I was like, I'm already in the car. So missed him and that was fine. Whatever. I'm not pressed. You already know. And then the next day he was like, okay, like we have dinner, but then I'll hit you. How long is dinner? Apparently he was having a multi-course meal. That's what he said. Because I was like,
I'm not waiting on you. Bye.
No. I took myself out. I actually asked the Nigerian Canadian if he wanted to come out. Because I was like, listen, you doing too much. So then I was
want to
just
hear
like,
that accent. That probably is a very interesting accent.
No, it didn't sound like there was really an accent. Like it sounded like English. Like I wasn't really getting his Nigerianness. And then it wasn't like he was like from Montreal in Canada. It's like from Toronto, Canada. So it wasn't like French accent either. It was very like, you sound like us.
Like Drake or nothing. Like,
what does Drake sound like? He sounds like us too. He sounds very regular. Everybody, they all sound regular.
They have that weird like, I just touched down road A. You already know, like it's just a real.
It sounds a little Caribbean,
like
and no, it didn't sound like it was giving the islands at all. No, not at least not what I picked up. Maybe I need to listen to him talk. Maybe he should reach out to me. But this is what these hoes be doing, okay? So I reached out to him, right, when Dr. Seuss was nowhere to be found. And I was just like, oh, I'm out, blah, blah, blah. He's like, oh my God, I didn't know it was your last night. So when it was my first night.
We exchange itineraries, but whatever.
I was like, we exchanged Instagrams because I met him on the Food and Wine tour. And so I'm like, so the first night, you didn't want to do nothing? And then the second night, you didn't want to do anything. So then my third night, my last night, I had to reach out to you. And you were like, oh my God, But whatever. We did lunch the next day. It wasn't like really like a date or anything because I paid for my food. I was there on time. You know how I am. I'm timely. And he wasn't that late, but it was fine. And yeah, it was fine. We had a good conversation. I actually enjoyed the conversation. We were talking about how we were both in the band. He told me, oh, I could tell. And I said, you could tell? I was offended. I was like, I do not want to look like I'm in the band.
There's a couple of stereotypes that a band girl
like,
could have.
Listen, especially the way that I was looking that day. I was like, listen, I still give you were in the band.
It's a couple of things.
But like also smart. So I guess maybe I get the band.
Yeah.
But I also played soccer. And I was on student council. And I'm smart. And I'm pretty. I was not cute back then. Okay. So yeah. And then where do they go after this? Where do they go? Into the abyss. Right? They go into the abyss. So this, I'm so sorry. I'm taking too much time for my catch up. The story was supposed to be about Brokey. Anyway, he was hitting me up all the time while I was international.
Damn, we didn't even like.
Damn. We didn't get there. You see how we went?
You talk about, I need a time manager, ma'am. Okay, you might need to say Brokey. Okay, hold on. Okay, go ahead. We got time. Okay, producer, hold on. How you feeling? Go ahead. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so quickly, I'll do it. Fine. So basically, he was hitting me up while I was in Europe. And I just found that interesting because he was in like Florida or in Georgia or wherever he was traveling. And I was just like, oh, we're talking a lot. And he was just like, yeah, because I'm not like with my baby mama. Like, I'm not like underneath her like thumb situation, you know, because, you know, he lives over there.
Yeah, you can't pick up that phone when you in my house eating my goddamn food, fucking my pussy.
Well, sorry, technically, it's her mom's house because she don't.
That's what she's saying.
Both are out here anyway. So, and I don't. They probably are having sex, but who knows? I don't really. So whatever. It doesn't. Whatever. That's not the most important part. Anyway, so he was chatting with me while we were out there, and so then we were like, yeah, obviously, listen, I'm having a great time out here. Okay, I'm not getting no dick. And so I'm going to get it. I'm going to schedule it for when I return because I'll be excited about it. And so that's what I did. Okay. That's what I did. And so we had a great first evening, you know, like that first night, phenomenal. I was like, that probably was the best sex that we've had. Okay. And so the next day I proceeded to like, we were just chatting. He was still here. He was like, okay, like, let me take you out, you know, because, you know, I got paid. And I was just like, like, sure. And so we were out to eat. And there were a couple of moments that I just was like, I don't appreciate some of the things that you're, like, the way that you're speaking to me. Like, I don't even remember the specific things, but there were just moments that I just was like, I feel like you could have worded that. Or like, why are you saying that? Like, I don't know. So there was a couple moments. And again, I just let them drop. Like, there was probably 2 of them that I just was like, I'm gonna drop these. We were in the restaurant and then I was like, okay, yeah, this is great. This is fun. Yeah. Like, what are we going to do after this? And he was like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, let's think about it. And then he was like, okay. He was like, oh, we should go sit in the park, like Buffalo Bayou or something. Like, we should go sit. I was like, oh yeah, that would be great. Could we run home so I could get like my bug spray, like my bug lotion? Like that's my only thing. Like I just want to have my bug lotion.
You gotta keep it in a car.
I was literally like, I should have just, that's me. That's my bad. That's what I said. I was like, that's my bad for not being ready because he literally was just like, see, that's your problem. Like blah, 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 something, like almost kind of like shaming me about it. Again, don't exactly know what he said. I just know how it made me feel. And I just didn't like feeling that way because it felt like I was very much so like an inconvenience. And I was just like, an inconvenience? How are you about to talk about me right now? Let me not go in all of the way. Who picked you up? Who picked you up from the airport that I just came from?
The audacity, the nerve.
Who literally 5 or 10 minutes. This is why you don't. Listen. 5 or 10 minutes before this, I was just talking about how I love that D. I was like, that was probably the best D that I just ever had.
It don't matter to them. They just gonna still tell you how they feel.
I don't know why you can't just be nice. Just shut up. Just shut up and give me that D. Stop talking to me crazy. You ruining it. Anyway, I'm about to sage again so that I can get him out of here. Okay. I'm just like, it's time to move on because there's no way that you talking to me crazy and there's no regular, like, what do I get from you besides your D whenever you can finally give it to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you can make your way over here, whenever your car works. Whenever you on this side of town.
Talking about you
I
still
know,
fuck
it's terrible.
this nigga. You be fucking this nigga.
This is why, you know what? I was even thinking about this before I brought this to the podcast because I was like, I'm compartmentalizing. This shouldn't even matter. This shouldn't even be a topic of conversation. I just wanted to express. Also, I know you be listening, watching. You be watching because I told you that he was watching all these episodes, him and his little friend that he was with and trying to give us some advice. Okay, remember what I was telling you? He said we need to show our titties. He said, y'all need to be up in here showing your titties. He also told me that I shouldn't talk about politics. I love politics. I'm going to talk about what's important to me on my podcast. Okay? So stop. I'm trying to get an authentic audience that I want to be my audience. I'm not trying to get people who are just trying to see my titties that I don't have. So they were definitely talking about you. Okay? So they say you should show your titties. Okay? And I should stop talking about politics. All right. That was their good advice. So if any of y'all hoes got anything to say, you better rate, review, and subscribe. Okay? That's all I want from you at this point. Comment below and engage. And then maybe I'll get you a little tit. Ho. Please. All I said was, can we go get some bug spray? Because I don't want to be scratching. I was down for the ride. Actually, we riding in my car. Okay, so that's all I have for my catch-up.
Okay, Brokey. I just, it's called the nerve. And I don't know. Honestly, he just sounds like somebody you shouldn't be fucking in the first fucking place. This is given like me, my last boyfriend when I was 26. So I hope you learn your lesson.
I am.
Yes, you're too old for this.
And that's why I need to get rid of him because I need to make way for everything that is actually aligned to me. Okay, I am a really great, phenomenal person and I will be a phenomenal partner, but I need someone who also is offering the same that I'm offering in order to partner with them. So I need to let that ish go so that I can make way for what is actually supposed to be attracted to me. And he trying to tell me he was so sad about him being called Brokey. And I'm just like, I understand.
Bitch posh.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. And then there's just some personal accountability on your end that you are going to be taking. And this is why you just supposed to keep him.
Rest of the year.
Didn't I tell you you were supposed to just keep him as penis? And
he is supposed to be just penis, but I didn't even want him to just be talking crazy. He wasn't talking that crazy. It was crazy. No, because what actually really got me was that when we got back, so we didn't talk the rest of the dinner. We were at happy hour, so we didn't talk the rest of the happy hour. Okay, we didn't talk on the drive home. Okay,
you can't fuck my happy hour up.
He was coming back to my place. Okay, I tried to start a new conversation because again, I'm not trying to be awkward. In the restaurant, I started to start a new conversation. I was just like, oh, some, and he did not engage. He didn't want to speak to me. So then we didn't speak in the car, and then we didn't speak when we got back to my house, and then that's where I shot that pool video. Because I was like, I'm going to my pool. Because why am I sharing? I should have kicked you out of this hoe. But I was like, maybe I could get another round of dick if you want to behave when I come back in this hoe.
Oh, Lord. I hope that your lustful spirit, that Jezebel, how Christians, they be like, that Jezebel spirit just releases side of you, just leaves, or just take a break or sit in the back seat while you go and focus on the thing that actually, aligns with you, because you're getting blocked by penis at this point, and it's making it, and you, first off, as my friend, you're making me look bad. Okay,
what?
Yes,
because I have one story that I'm venting about him, and how long that I already don't think about him as my man. I never look at him and be like, this is supposed to be my man. I'm just telling you that the dick is acting up.
My friend is so like, she has so much about her life together, and I really love it. And it's just like, she has her home, she has her career going, and she's letting some bum ass nigga put some broke ass penis inside of her. I'm tired of it. Okay, you need. Oh God, that's enough.
Because what other purpose are you serving? I'm here for the dick. I mean, I enjoy talking to you. I enjoy the physical touch. I enjoy some of this conversation that we get, but I don't enjoy when you have an attitude, because I was telling you that I didn't like, and I said it nicely. I was like, I am feeling sad. And I just, wish that, like, I don't know, I didn't feel that way. So could you just consider how you're speaking to me? He was smiling, cheesing so hard, probably because he was like embarrassed or thought this was awkward. It was just like, okay. And I was like, you literally just told me the other day that I should be speaking up for myself more. Okay. Not that I don't speak up for myself, but he really thinks that I could really be going in on hoes. And I'm like, you really correct, but I'm really nice. So now me trying to speak up for myself, now it's a problem because I'm talking to you.
Because he don't want you speaking up to him.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, sorry. One of the things that he was saying to me, sorry, and we can move on, sorry. But it was just like, it was about his child. We can move on, I swear to God. But it was about his child because he was talking about how he likes being on the road and blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, hey, what does that mean about your kids, though? And he was like, why are you asking me some dumb question? Like, what do you mean? Of course, I'm thinking about it, but like, what do you mean? And I was like, why are you getting offended? Like, why are you...
People don't like to hear about their own kids, especially for people who don't have kids.
Just trying to gain your understanding of, like, what your plan is. Because don't you feel like maybe you want to be present? That's going to get us into extra. So, when we talking about hoes...
No. Let me say my last final thoughts, and then you can have this, okay? You miss... Are we going to wrap this up in a couple minutes, Jackie? We got to get this time together because you over here spent 45 minutes and I gave y'all a good 7 minutes. And I really hope you stuck around for that 7 minutes. I know you be dozing off. So look.
Who stuck around?
I'm going to tell... I'm talking about mentally. ADHD. I hope you stuck around a little bit. I'm talking about... And yes, we're going to talk about you right now. I'll be stuck around because I'm going to get this last little part out. Ma'am. You deserve better because you are expecting a lot from somebody who can't even hold down a job and who can't even hold down a fucking home. And I'm going to be real with you. And then you expect him to emotionally hold you down. It's kind of like, dang, you're expecting like cheese from an apple or something.
That's only 2 things. I'm like, just some emotional support and some dick. I'm not expecting you to offer me anything else. You would be really surprised. You'll be really surprised how much the emotional connection and how they like maintain themselves emotionally can connect to their... You are so correct. Yeah.
To finish my point, it really shows how they can hold down personal and professional relationships. So he's shown you many times, hey, I ain't got it. So... I hope that you save a little bit of this like emotional vulnerability and space for the next person. And I don't want it to fall down the drain with him. That's it. But you're really good with that. I'm pretty bad with that. So I'll ruminate for a long time, several years. But you and, Erlene and everybody, y'all can pick up, learn your lesson and move on to the next. And I really love that about y'all. So I really do hope for the best. But baby, we ain't... And I'm sorry that I'd be making jokes and sometimes I make you feel bad because this is just where you are at this moment, like with him in that headspace, even though if it's not anything like, it's not a relationship, but it's still a relationship of some form. And I'd be like, I don't want to make you feel bad about anything. It's just that I just been that girl and I just like, she'll learn. And, in the meantime, poverty. Penis. Poverty penis is so deadly and toxic and just so annoying and just so... It's great, but, that's why we can't go back there. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm with you. So speaking
and I'll show my titties when I feel like it.
Absolutely. Although it wouldn't hurt.
My thing is y'all can see them regardless. My thing is...
Exactly what they were saying. They were like, I was trying to see if I could get a different angle from the way I was trying to see it, but that dang mic was in the way.
That's okay. I guess I bring a little bit extra candy to the screen. So we'll leave that there. But yes, thank you so much for that catch up, Erica. I I was waiting for it because I was just like, we've been talking to each other, but we haven't been talking to each other because we've been holding this out for the podcast. So I'm happy you got it out.
Yeah.
Bitch, I'm crying. I can't wait to listen back to this because not only for you, but it's like you're gonna hear my like what? Like wait, what's
your
happening?
faces? Let's try and see if you have any. Be like, well, she was looking at me reckless. Okay, like what is she saying? So
that's a Just Advice segment. Just advice. No poverty penis. Okay, ladies, save that good 20-year-old coochie for some real nigga. For real. Actually, you need to fuck a poverty dick once. I feel like everyone needs to understand what that's like. But you need to come from the flames. You need to come from that treacherous place. Come out, wipe that mud off you. I hope and pray you didn't come out with no STD and no babies, but you just come out from that.
I'm on my period as we speak. I was tested when I went to the gynecologist in August or July, the last month or so. So we're looking great. We're having a great little situation. So
yeah, be blessed.
Thank you so much for what I was experiencing. I enjoyed the experiences. I have nothing to say negative about the experiences, but don't be talking to me any kind of way. Because why would I let you do that? Like, you're not doing nothing else but offering dick. So the dick and the coochie are even exchanges. I don't talk to you crazy. You don't get to talk to me crazy. And I also pay for things. So you really need to shh. And I am an escape for someone who keeps nagging you, apparently. But don't like you. I don't know. Anyway, so this takes us into our extra segment where we're going to continue to talk about no good kind of men. And we're going to start with the number one on the list right now, and that is Cam Newton. Okay. Jackie, I want you to do an overview of this because I'm only like kind of looking at it from like clips, but like I feel like you could talk more.
Basically, Cam Newton had Dr. Bryant. I think her name was Cheyenne Bryant. Mm-hmm. She's been on several shows, but she, not only had an interview with Cam Newton, she also had an interview recently with Nick Cannon, another infamous father of many with many, So anyway, so it pretty much came down to preference. She is a particular woman of a particular age. She's single. She doesn't have any children. She's never been married. She's been close to getting married, but she's taken accountability for her actions as far as being a runner, someone who has issues with codependency and finding interdependence with people in relationships and understanding what it's like to be in a relationship with someone, but still accepting like the bad parts of themselves and the good parts of themselves. And as she came forward in her journey, she stated, I don't want to date a man with kids. And Cam is like, excuse me? I'm Cam Newton. I'm the $100 million nigga. What you mean you don't want to date a man with kids? I don't want to date a man with kids. I could date a man with kids because anyone could do anything. But would I rather do that? No, I would not. Because there's some form of brokenness in you that I don't want to carry on into my life. And I feel like she has that right to do that. But he was going on and on and on about, I have my kids. I'm an active father. What do you mean I'm broken? What do you mean this is dysfunctional? I can take care of them. And she, at the end of the day, was just like, look, you have several different houses filled with women and children. And then you want to go off and make a home one day because he stated that, hey, my fear of divorce is higher than my desire to get married. So that's not on the plate for me right now. But I would love to have children. He said he has 8 children with 3 different women. 6 are his, and he would like to have more. And he would like God to bring them however they come. And she's like, oh, okay. And she still feels like, while that's grand and dandy, that's nothing that I particularly want for my life. Because you are creating broken homes. These children have mothers they can go to every single day, but they won't have a father to come home to every single day. And the day you decide to create a home with a wife and children in the same home, these other kids won't have that same privilege. And you are responsible for their emotional upbringing and how they see and view life because of your personal actions out of selfishness. And she said it in the most eloquent way. And it frazzled so many guys because at the end of the day, they carry this narrative that if I'm making so much money and I have access to so many beautiful women that look like from each ends of the world and I could take care of them, what's the problem? The problem is you are still creating human beings that are going to go and experience life by your actions. And I don't think that's anything I want in my life. And he feels like as a 41-year-old single woman, you shouldn't have those particular preferences. You should just take what I give you. I'm trying to give you this $100 million penis right now. And you telling me no? How dare you? And so everybody was kind of going back and forth and like, man, this is the shit I'm talking about. I'm so happy that she decided to say it like that. She not only did she just highlight his flaws, but she also at the same time upheld him as a father, his role as a father, but still as a man, it's just kind of, it's not aligning. And it's okay for a woman like her to not want to align with that. But so many people, guys and women, was just like, yes, girl. And then some of the men is just like, what? Bitch, how dare you? How dare you?
Because they think that they have, you know, kind of like the right to women. Like, this is me. I have the right to your access. Like, how dare you deny me? Like, do you know who I am? Plus, I'm in general just a man. Because you ain't even got to have nothing. And men think that they should have access to you, right? Like, you don't even have to have $1 and a man could be like, how dare you? You know what I'm saying? Like, did I just say it? I think I did. So, like, these men have the audacity all of the time. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't really been in the Discord, but I was listening to an episode of Higher Learning that was talking about, like just the importance of like fathers being present, you know, and just like the difference between like a father who is like, oh, like I'm there for you, you know, on like your big moments. I go to your big game and, you know, I go to graduation and I'm there and I'm present, you know me, we have some kind of relationship versus like a father who is like really, really there, like in attunement, I guess. I don't know what the right like phrasing is, but like basically someone who like the important moments are like the in-between moments. Like, oh, like I was actually there with you to do your homework, which is what got you to graduation, right? Like I was there to help you study for that test and, you know, help you with that science project and that research paper that got you to graduation. Like I was there with you shooting them hoops and practicing with you, you know, before your big game, right? Like I wasn't just at the big game or at graduation. Like I'm here in some of these smaller moments that are actually the more impactful in between moments that matter and have the lasting impression. And so that's what some of these men are missing is like, yeah, maybe you have some of this money to be able to do X, Y, and Z and whatever, but like, are you actually going to be there equally for everybody that you are procreating with, right? And the answer is no, unless like I hear that Cam Newton, like they all live in his house versus like Nick Cannon, like they all live like separately. I know the women don't live with Cam, but apparently the children are all there. I don't know. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about. But
we
like,
may have to fact check that because my thing is he doesn't have them all the time.
That's what I would assume. I'm like, why would these women just let you have all of their children? You know what I'm saying? Like just
they
let
probably
you
all could come in at one time, but they're not there every single day.
Yeah, I think
And
they all
also-
have access to the home. Like you could come through whenever. But for them to be like, this is my primary home, I don't believe that. I don't know. I just, what? Maybe from a money perspective. But otherwise, I'm like, I just, I don't know.
All the time.
But yeah, so just having the emphasis. But I also am intrigued on the topic of like, is marriage like more of a responsibility than having children? And I'm just like, these stupid hoes that feel like children, yeah, that sounds cool. That's the easier option. I'm going to just ski, nut, all over here because that's cool, you know? But marriage, ooh, no, that's the big problem.
That's because they're afraid of losing everything. But my thing is, if you chose the right, just like how they tell women you need to choose right, if you choose a woman that is following in the path that you want to go in, at the end of the day, you probably wouldn't give a damn when if you guys did get a divorce, because one, you would either try to do the right, you would have to try to do right by this woman to not get a divorce. I'm sorry, my words. Either you would do your best to not get a divorce, or if at the end of the day you guys are divorcing, you wouldn't care that she's getting some of your money, because you would want to take care of her because she's having your children, and you would want her to continue with your life.
Is it about the money? Because
it's about the money. It's about the money. I guess I'm just like, the money.
To me, a child is permanently here forever and ever 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 that child is here. Versus we get married and we don't have children. As soon as the divorce is over, like, I don't have to deal with you. There's no connection here. We have nothing that I need to see you in passing for, unless I literally just saw you randomly on the street. Like, there's no ever connection to stay with you ever. Like, I don't have to see you ever again in my life if I don't want to, if we get a divorce and we don't have children. So why is that? Like, you could literally get rid of me and literally never talk to me again. Versus, like, if we procreate, you gon' see me because that's my baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will always be in your life. So for you to think that it's a bigger commitment to get married when you could throw me to the side of the street and never see me again, like, is crazy to me, because this child will be here and it connects us for literally ever. We'll both be at that graduation and that soccer game and their wedding and everything. You will see me. I don't know. It just blows my mind.
At the end of the day, I just know a lot of guys fear losing half of everything that they worked hard for, and they rather deal with somebody. They rather have a child by someone that they kind of like or kind of don't like, but they, for some reason, have some weird possession over her because she had my child. You know, that's just something very weird there. And also, children, they don't hold that same resentment. The woman does, like, the child doesn't, their body and everything, their whole life doesn't change. They're just here and they know that that's their father. Kids just have a natural, like, oh, that's my dad. But at the end of the day, I don't know what that's like. I can't speak on that experience fully. I don't have a child by a guy that ran out, and I am not a product of, you know, a father that didn't want to be in my life. So I can't really speak on that. But a lot of guys have spoken on the fact that they don't want to work so hard and get half of it to a woman who they made a mistake in choosing.
Most of the time, they ain't got nothing to give half to. When do they end? When does alimony come into play? Does it come into play over your $25,000 job or what? I'm trying to understand. When does that start coming into play? Because what are you really worried about? You ain't got no money for anybody to take your money. Again, if we don't have any children, you're not. Why would you ever be paying me anything? You would be paying for the divorce fee. You'd be paying for court. You'd be paying for those kinds of things. No, not off of $25,000. Not off of these low amounts of compensation that these men are so worried about protecting. If you worried about protecting it, maybe make a little bit more money that people actually want to take from you. I don't understand. No one wants your chump change. No one wants your little check for $25.
They want a piece of that $100 million. Okay.
But so then they might have something to worry about. But then also prenups. It's so easy. It's so easy to me that's not a valid enough reason. Like, there's so many things that you can put into place where it's like, what are you scared of? You stupid hoe. Stop. You're annoying. Ugh, annoying.
Can I also add that this is the rhetoric that's coming from Cam Newton, who is the father of, like, Watch Jazzy's child, and she literally just gave birth this year. You're talking about you want more children, you don't really care how they come. You're kind of leading on to the fact that you don't care who it comes from, not from you. And, you know, we talked about her in our earlier episodes, but I just gotta say, I'm very sad to see how she turned out. This is not the end of her story, but currently in this chapter, I'm not much of a fan of her for this particular reason. Like, I'm just not going to let anybody like let me give birth to their child. I'm cooking, cleaning for them, scratching their back, washing their ass, let them fuck me in my ass. And I don't even like that shit. Just for you to turn around and say, I don't care how these other children come, but I want more. And then you turn around and say, I love to serve. Baby, he's serving. You are walking. He's walking all over you. And I'm very sad to see that this is how your story is. You were somebody that I thought was, oh, she got it together. She knows what she wants out of life. But honey, just like you said on that stage, walking around with your big old belly, you would fold for $100 million nigga too. Probably not. But then again, you never know. But I'm still very...
I would probably let him I would probably try and be a girlfriend. But when it comes to having your child, $100 million. I mean, some people see like, oh, well, yeah, then I'll definitely get like child support. And then that might set me up. But I don't want a child. I look at that as like handcuffs. Y'all are so concerned about being married. If you marry the right person, y'all could have threesomes and have a great time together. I don't understand what the issue is. These dumb handcuffs are the children that are literally just like, I can't do anything that I actually enjoy doing. I can't move. I can't shake. I got to make sure my life is a little bit more planned. And I really got to think about you first. Like that to me is really the shackles. Okay. Me as a grown human being who can take care of myself, you shouldn't be looking at me as like, I'm going to be shackled. No, because let's go get this hoe. I don't know. I'm not really a lesbian like that. But like, maybe. What she look like? What that vagina look like too? Because I can't do the roast beef. I need it to be a little bit tighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I need it to be like cute. Yeah, I don't really like the extra skin.
All vaginas are whatever. I don't care. As a nurse, I've seen some vaginas that are very interesting, and not all coochies are created equal. That's it.
Mine's pretty supreme. She's cute.
Anywho.
So yeah, we are at an hour already, and we didn't make it to the main topic yet.
At fucking all.
Yeah. So do you want to just breeze by some of these other hoes who are being stupid? So Cardi B and Offset to me are being dumb because why are you getting a divorce and a baby inside you? And then like, are you actually going to get a divorce? Because you never do.
You never do. You never do. He just does his little Offset shit, manipulate her, then fuck her, and then she gets pregnant again. And, she's out here showing her belly. And all I can say is just, girl, like, I don't know, live your life. I don't know. I feel bad, genuinely bad for Cardi B. I really do.
I don't know if I do. I'm just kind of like, this could be a publicity stunt. And also, yeah, I mean, you've been through a lot. It's really unfortunate. I think it is unfortunate, but feeling bad, I don't, because you should have been left. How many times you going to say you're going to leave and then you actually don't? So I just feel like, listen to me, y'all hear me talking about Brokey in our next season to call me a stupid hoe, okay? But, but yeah, I'm just like, go. To your, like, why are we having children with men who we don't really like and they don't really like us? I don't get that. Why are we procreating? You could stay with a stupid hoe and be like, I know what I'm getting from this ish, and I'm not bringing nobody else into this dumb situation that'll keep me connected, so when I want to leave, I can freely leave. I don't know. The bringing the children in, again, it's just crazy to me. I know she already has one, so like, what's another? But like, she has two. She already has two, so what's another? But like, come on. For everybody else who ain't got it like that, y'all be really wild. Okay. Anything else about them? I'm just trying to.
Good luck.
We also have Jennifer Lopez.
Somebody who know how to leave. Somebody who know how to get up and walk away. She is. They know she is collecting.
Walk away again.
Maybe she wanted to make sure. It was 20 years later. She wanted to see maybe he grew up. I don't know what's going on over there. But JLo and Ben are gone again. People do not like JLo, honey. I don't know.
People do not like JLo. I didn't know how serious it was. I just knew it was, between her acting and her singing. Like, that was a controversy. But, like, people really are not caring for her, including Ben. Because apparently she's annoying when it comes to, like, fame. She really be looking at, like, fame and celebrity. Like, that's the important piece. Like, apparently she'd be like, sharing too much of her business and their business, and like that's annoying. Drove him to drink allegedly. I don't know all these things. But he's like,
He
I'm
was
back in the
already a
alcohol, y'all.
drinker.
He was, but he got sober and then broke
He
his
said
sobriety.
shit. He like, you know,
He
what,
said,
bitch,
"What?
I can't.
All this paparazzi? You need a shot, ho."
Them pictures of him, he looks so distraught.
But some
my
people
thing
do say
is-
it's like the Boston resting face.
quick. No, I know we're like an hour into this, but how's my sound? Like, as far as the echo, okay? Because I'm in this echoey ass house. So, well, not
You're
house,
still
apartment.
quiet to me, but it's fine.
Okay, that's fine. You know, you know, as a resident Leo as well, I see JLo, but it's just not looking good, girl. I don't know what you're looking for. Perfection is not out here. You know what? She should go back to Mark Anthony, but I think Mark Anthony had enough of her shit too. Or she had enough of his shit. I don't know what happened there. We never really, really know what happens.
You'll never really know. We're not these hoes. We're not these people.
But she'll be with somebody in the next 3 to 5 business days. So
she dropped that little booty pic on the gram. Like
she's trying to get chose again. She said, "Look,
in case y'all forgot, okay,
girl, just go get you a backup dancer and sit down, please. Be a share."
So some other hoes that we don't really care about, so Sexy Red, I'm just going to say, I don't even want to really talk about it because it's gross. Anyway, and it's just not my vibe. But she got some lip glosses with some terrible, terrible names. Y'all can look that ish up. Anything for you?
Read them out. What do they say?
I don't have the names. I just know one is like gonorrhea, one is like vaginal discharge, one is like booty hole brown.
It's probably a nice lip liner.
Pussy hole pink.
I think that
blood
Sexy Red. Oh no, come white.
You know what I'm saying?
Come white. You know what? I think that this is my conspiracy. I think that Sexy Red is a plant, a ghetto plant.
That's what they say.
Because I've had enough. This was cute. You had your moment. I mean, come on now. We Pound Town, just left Pound Town. We all sang that shit. You know, even
sang that. I was not singing that song unless I was not playing. I never once played that song. I've never.
Not to say you was playing it, but you was
never played that song.
It's definitely bopping.
Was I?
Everybody was.
I might have hit a bop, but it's not a bop that I chose. Continue. I'm sorry.
She's like, do not associate with me with this lady. But it's just so. She's just a plant to me, and my thing is her 15 minutes is up, and I'm happy about it. I mean, if she want to come out with another hit, go, you know, by all means, okay? But baby, don't think you're gonna become a mogul like this, because I don't know who's, you know what, maybe I should buy that shit and make it restart my channel. But no, let me stop. Because my thing is, it's just for attention. It's just for shits and giggles. Like, it's not even. And my thing is, what I really hate is that all these like white platforms give her a stage, and they just like, wow, we love this.
Us like
it's like this is the Black woman that right here. She's not a nurse. She's not a doctor. She's not a lawyer. She's not.
They can drive their DEI case. Of course, DEI is awful. We're lowering our standards. You see a little Sexy Red, yeah, duh.
My thing is, Sexy Red is just a product of St. Louis ghettos after you removed all of the factories and nobody has an opportunity for themselves. And now you have to expose yourself to drugs and prostitution. And then you have to open yourself up to rap and stripper music. It's fine. That's it. Have fun.
Very last thing, something that's recent that also we really don't care that much about is just that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are allegedly, potentially in a fake relationship. So some ish leaked that basically was like they're going to split up on September 28th or something like that. And like, this is just like a contract relationship. But I hear from my girl Impressive that they're trying to spin this whole little take and say like, we don't know who these hoes are who tried to release this fake document, but we about to sue them because this is like real love. Like, we didn't put this ish together. And so... Yeah.
They got to extend the contract now.
They probably are feeling a type of way. Travis was like, dang, I thought I was going to be in some black puss next week. you know,
He probably
by
already
Halloween,
is.
you know.
He already probably is. He probably got a little boo thing on the side that's just waiting patiently. And then when they're said and done, he may pop out with Megan Thee Stallion. I would actually like that. That would be kind of hot.
Would you? Interesting.
That's
I mean,
kind of hot.
I wouldn't be mad because it would seem like a lot of sexual tension, like a lot of just like sex is what it would give. I'd watch.
Me too.
Okay. Anything else that you want to say about these hoes?
Call me Kelce.
All right. So that's going to get us into our main topic, only an hour and 10 minutes in. Yay, us. So this is our season 1 finale. Okay. Like we said at the top, this is our Virgo podcast, our little birthday 1 year anniversary situation for our podcast. We started this podcast on September 10th, 2023. So we've been going a year strong.
I'm so sorry. I forgot. Y'all, our quick RIP. I'm sorry. Can we just say something real fast? I'm sorry. Fine, I'll save this for the end. Go ahead.
And talk about your hoes.
I'll say it at the end. Go ahead. That'll be my last little thing. That's my just advice. Stay away from drugs, okay? That's it. Okay.
He's talking about some people. Thank you.
R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan and B King. B King, he really opened up Houston. He opened up my legs for Houston. I've gotten beat to beat King before. R.I.P. and Rich Homie Quan.
What song?
You made me feel some type of way. Who, Rich Homie Quan?
No, what song did you get beat to by Beat King? You got beat.
I don't talk about it.
That sounds like some rough sex.
Yeah, it was actually. It was cool at the end.
I'm gonna shout out what's his name, Fat Man Scoop, and he just recently passed.
He died too.
Mm-hmm. So I was like, he was at least on some records that you know.
What's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
What's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Hit the flow, hit the flow.
I was just gonna
hit
say,
the flow, hit the flow. Everybody dying, y'all. See, the outside is dead. Outside is dead. It's time to sit down.
Why were my parents just literally talking about one, that they hate getting old, and two, okay, who's getting ready to have some children and kill me off because when new life comes in and old life come out and all the things, usually it's old life goes and then new life comes, but my mom specifically was talking about that ish, and we're just okay. She's like,
maybe your married
cousin.
sister. I don't know.
Okay, so let's just get into our anniversary episode. Are you ready? You feel good? All right, peace to the host.
It's our anniversary.
Yes. Aww.
Happy birthday.
So, how do you feel about our 1 year old or anniversary?
I'm happy we made it. I'm happy we made it. No, because I thought you was going to talk, girl.
Sorry.
I thought, I'm happy we made it. I've never done a project this long with someone that is just, this is going to be a passion project that hopefully we take this to the next level. We make money from this one day. Praise, just Lord, come on down and help. But rain some money on us, please. Just energy. But this is my first project I actually have done with another person for this long because I talk about stuff with other people, but it'll always be just conversation. It's never actually action. The fact that we took a moment to say, look, if we're going to do this, let's do this. Mm-hmm. And we did that shit.
Yeah. And I really appreciate you wanting to do this podcast in the middle of school. I appreciate that you were like, let's get started right away. And I was thinking that we were going to just wait. I was like, oh, it's what's before September? It's August. We're just kind of chatting about it, whatever. We'll probably get started, whatever after school. And, I'm depressed. So just we're just going to start later. And you were like, let's start now. Nothing's holding us up. And, we were like, let's meet up on this day. And we were starting to talk about this hoe. And we was like, okay, well, I guess we going to record. And the fact that you were down, I was like, wow, this is so great. We just really were like, let's do it. And we were just like, let's start. And so, I think, you know, for me kind of reflecting, I'm like, we have been pretty committed. You know, this is our 41st episode. So if you think about like 52 weeks in a year, we have missed some. But like for us to be getting no money and to be coming back week after week is really great for us. You know, we've had lives, we've had vacations, we've had things happening, we've had power outages, we've had a lot of things go through. And so we have been committed to this podcast for a pretty decent amount of time outside of me having sex for the same person for a year and a half. I think this is my longest commitment as well, you know? So I think that this is great. I think that this podcast really helped me. Like I mentioned, I was depressed, get out of like a slump, you know? I'm like, okay, like, oh, I like doing this. I'm kind of getting back into things that like I enjoy. And like, there's something that like, I'm like, oh, worth living. Not that I was suicidal or anything like that, but like, oh, wow, like this is interesting. So I feel like that, like this was helpful for really like that transition kind of period in my life. And then I'm like really excited to have like space to express myself. I'm like, I like having a platform, having, you know, this feeling that my voice matters, or like people are going to look back at this and be like, yeah, she was about that life. And like, yeah, like all the goodness. So I just like being able to just like express myself, and I'm looking forward to, you know, just continuing to do that. I'm glad that we've been able to do it for a year so far.
I'm going to just look back at myself and be like, you've been through it, honey. What is going on with you? Like, I've spilled so much trauma on this damn mic, and I think it has been therapeutic in a way. I actually haven't been to therapy in like well over a year. But this is just my little outlet, my little space. I do appreciate you for allowing me to have the few moments to express myself with my catch-ups and also make things a main topic. When I listened back to the sex therapy episode, I was like, ew, child,
It's
one of our going on.
One of our highest listened to episodes. People love that.
We really gotta re-engineer that episode because it sounds
Producer?
really. If we could thank you. If we could just do the audio with that, or just make it less like grainy. Video. There's no video.
Yeah.
But just me just opening up and getting on the mic and just really telling it. Like, because at first I was just like, am I really just going to spill my life on this mic right now? And I am, because I'm just like, okay, I'm not really afraid of somebody coming back to me and saying, you said this, you said that, because at the end of the day, what I say, what comes out of my mouth is what I stand on. Like, I've had videos back in like 2010 of me talking on my YouTube about stuff I still stick with to this day. Of course, with a little bit more wisdom, we can tailor it a little bit. But I'm very careful about the things that I say. The words may not sound the best, but and they may not come out as eloquently as Miss Erica Jenkins here, but they're all it's real. It's real, it's raw, it's how I feel.
I love that. And very much so same. Like, if I said it, I probably mean that-ish, because I think my moral compass is pretty like good. So I don't think that I'm saying anything that I'm like, I really don't mean that-ish. Like, even when I was listening back to some episodes, I'm like, dang, you was angry or you were upset. But like, rightfully so. Okay. Like, at the end of the day, I'm just like, dang, maybe like, I think everything that I'm feeling is valid. I think the things that I say, like, cool, maybe I'll be running my mouth a little bit, but I can kind of stand by it. I'd be like, yeah, maybe it wasn't all the way the best. We can get it a little bit more like high vibrational, but you know, the root of it, I understand where you at, girl. Okay. Okay, so what do you think your favorite, I'm like, I didn't write this question down really well, but like, what has been, I wrote favorite reason to podcast / of podcasting. What is that?
Well, I think I talked about just recent, like just then, like me being able to just like spill my guts out. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite thing. Because I'm weird. I'll have like conversations with myself in the house, like just like straight up, like, man, no. And it's like everybody does. Well, not everybody. Some people really don't have anything in their head. But I have something to say, even if it's something, whether it's just pop culture or just how I feel in the moment, or shoot, just life in itself. Like, shit, I could just get on here and talk my shit and call it a day.
I love that you're talking about how you feel like, oh yeah, it's like healing. I literally wrote that down too. My literal word was like healing. Like, I'm just like, again, I love that I can just like come on here and talk and feel like, oh yeah, I got something to say. You know, I'm able to really express myself. Communicating and feeling like someone is listening, which I appreciate you for, Jacqueline. Like, you just hold space for me. Again, that's very important to me because it's not an experience that I feel like I have had. Like, I don't feel like I've had a lot of relationships or like growing up. Like, my stepmom, my dad, like I would be telling them how I am feeling and no one would be caring. So I appreciate that, like, I can communicate things and that they are held and received. And so for me, being able to be like, this is my space to be able to communicate what I have to say and that like it's going to be listened to by somebody. Like, and for you holding that space for me, like that has been very healing for me. So I really appreciate that. It's also like, on a surface level, I'm like, I'm famous. That's like my favorite part, you know? I'm like, I feel like a whole celebrity to myself. I literally am so obsessed with me. I'm like, I love watching our videos. I listen to our podcasts. I'm like, wow, we are some of the funniest, cutest, amazing people, smartest people ever. Like, we are so great. So it's also helpful from like a confidence perspective. Like, I really want to be on Instagram more. Like, y'all see that I be trying to get my
see you
little photo.
I love that. And
Okay.
I think I talked about that when I was just like, this could give you an opportunity to start doing your own stuff too. To being like, you talk about it, but I'm like, okay, girl, it's time to, you know, whenever you feel like, whenever you're ready and I see you. And that's why I'll just be like, yes, I'm going to throw a little emoji. I'm going to throw a little something because like you are fly. You are an influencer in your own right too.
I'm going to call.
Ooh, that's a strong ass cough. Ugh. Yeah, you got
I think I'm about to water out of this eye right here because something was real in there.
She's choking on that dick. She's like,
ooh, I would. I mean, I haven't put it in my mouth in a long time.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you know you're doing a good job.
Girl, I always do a good job. I be teaching her.
You know what? It is cuffing season. That's why I feel that desire.
I'm about to go into my birthday and have no sex, you stupid mother. I hate
you. You could probably still fuck him. You just can't stop talking to him afterwards. Stop going out on dates with him. Stop trying to date him.
I'm about to updo my Hinge profile. Okay, I took all these pictures in Europe. Okay, we can redo the profile. We can really get out there. I want to be on social media. Oh, not that this is a catch-up item, but why did somebody literally slide into my DMs and be like, I think you are so gorgeous? And I was just like, oh my God, thank you so very much.
I know, that's right.
He was just like, yeah, like, are you single? And I was like, oh, well, I am indeed. Absolutely. And then he was just like, yeah, I'm trying to get to know you. And I said, oh, that's very flattering. What are your intentions?
And nothing.
So
these niggas. And also, I should work on stop cursing as much, but I feel like that's what adds my own personal flavor. But sometimes you all some niggas, okay? I don't care.
Because
she ain't gonna
what
say
was
it,
the
but
point?
I'll say it.
What was the point? What was the
my
point?
Fucking time.
What was the point? You could say, I'd like to start with dinner.
We're teaching y'all how to get our draws. If y'all listen to the podcast, you'll figure out how you can probably fuck both of us. And
I want to sit on it. What do you mean? Just do something that makes me like really. I don't even wear panties. I'm ready.
She doesn't wear panties. She's ready.
So,
but y'all don't know what the fuck to do.
You don't.
Just listen to her and
stop
take her out to
crazy.
Eat.
And hold emotional spacery. Keep that dick hard.
Child, that's ooh, stop smoking them cigars and stop. Look, let me get another drink. Okay. We ain't got
time for that. We gotta finish. Okay, so what are some of your favorite episodes?
All right. Like I mentioned, sex therapy and astrology. I just thought it was interesting because obviously the Watch Jazzy thing has come to, more fruition. And I'm just like, look, Jackie, when I think about my intuition, I think about just my instincts. Like, you're not wrong, bitch. You just gotta focus in and zone in. You could see shit before it happens. You could see it. Okay. Also, I really like that we talked about zodiac signs because, like, yeah, I'm like that girl.
Yeah.
Stars and moons type of hoe, you know?
Yeah, I love it.
Our beginning and their ending is very interesting to me because that was our first episode. But the fact that Jeannie Mai actually saw our story was very interesting.
Yo, she was on it.
I was like, boo.
I was like, so you're saying there's a chance?
Honestly, that low-key gave me some more juice. I was like, yeah, we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do this podcast. Like, because yeah, okay, you just never know who's listening.
You don't.
Also, mostly Dry January was really good because it really, I reflected on, you know, me drinking and, you know, the challenges of like Dry January. I do plan on doing it again. I do plan on having like a dry month soon, but it's the holiday season, so maybe not. I don't know. Maybe
well, you said September, but here we are drinking because, like, what's really happening in September?
Did I say September?
You did.
When?
Last month. The last time I talked to you, maybe your birthday or something.
Oh, yeah, no. Life changes a lot.
Said, right? Let me pour me up another one. Okay, any other episodes?
Bodies on bodies on bodies. The body count episode was really good. I'm just like, at the end of the day, yeah, I don't have sex as often as like, you know, one could or, you know, should. But at the end of the day, bitch, like, what is a body count? Also, I really love the fact that I was able to give a real good analysis on Megan and Nikki. It's just my opinion. You know, they're like assholes. Everyone has one. And also, I mean, I guess I can ask your male best friend. Like, honestly, I had a great time. And it was so funny because, like, Hassan, first off, Hassan is like a gift. He has came in and dropped in from nowhere, from the sky, Erling Skies.
Literally from the sky. Yes. I was like, who is this man?
I know,
and then the fact that he literally, it just like got so comfortable. I was like, who is this? Why is he just sliding over into my text messages? I don't know this man.
But the fact that you was like, but the fact that you knew he was like good people because like, you know what? This man don't mean no harm.
Yeah.
Like, this is good. And it just was a good time. Like, first off, this is another person that is very serious about this podcast game and just overall content creating in general. And like, he just came in and just was like, I mean, you can get off the mic. You know, you can get on the mic and talk, Hassan. You're welcome.
You made it an hour and a half. I know. I was like, you better shut up. No.
Listen, no, you could have.
I'll tell y'all, especially I was talking about men. I want to get on so bad.
You could have.
You make this a 3-hour episode. Come on.
I wasn't gonna do that. But yes, I enjoyed.
Yeah, stay in your man's place. Okay,
he's gonna read me my rights because I be going in. I be talking cash money. Okay,
who you talking to?
I talk about niggas.
I'm saying I be going in too. I hate everybody.
I know I talk to cash money that's a little like, all right now, you know, you do it. My opinions, I state them as facts sometimes, and they're not facts. They're just opinions, but they're very spicy. Yeah.
Very spicy.
But, yeah.
Well, we really appreciate you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Look at
Sorry.
you.
Sex therapy and astrology started playing. Sorry.
Oh, shit. But, yeah. You know, I enjoy working with y'all. You know, don't mind coming to Houston, working with y'all, bringing all that shit. So, you know, y'all my people. So, fuck with y'all.
We're going to try and get our own equipment. So maybe we could save you on some, like, weight for traveling.
Right.
Honestly, I don't be minding it. Like,
okay.
As long as I get, you know, free check-ins, can bring 2 bags. I'm cool.
Yeah.
And a free place to stay. So look, we gotta save you some money. And also the bed, the couch I have is gonna be a pull-out as well. So
hey, my type of thing.
I love a pull-out. Me too, Hassan.
My nigga, my twin. What's good?
Y'all ain't shit. I was just like, I walk into that like
kinda.
Yeah, I'm such a kid. Okay, I'm so innocent.
Anyway, so yeah, we really appreciate you. We're really looking forward to our whole upgraded experience in season 2. So we appreciate the partnership, and we look forward to supporting you like you have been supporting us. So we're excited to have you here again. Yeah, thanks for falling from the Arlene skies. Okay.
Thank you. And y'all didn't do y'all intro, I don't think. But
what intro?
Do the whole welcome to the Just
We
Extra
did.
podcast.
She said we did that. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
shit,
we slipped that in.
It was just an hour and a half ago. You can't even remember.
Right? It's been a long time. A little drink later, a little smoke later.
Welcome to the Just Extra podcast with Jackie and Erica. I'm Jackie and I'm Erica. That's my favorite part. I'm sorry.
Erica.
I love it. Make it memorable. Give people, because people like that ish. I look forward to people's like their thing that they do when I listen to all my podcasts. I'm like, okay, when Higher Learning changed their like music to their song, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? This is not the song that plays at the beginning of your podcast. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, just the things that like, you're always supposed to do that, you know? And it's like, oh my God, you didn't sing your little transition. Like, you always sing the transition. What are you talking about? And I'm like, I look forward to that the whole time. Anyway, so I'm glad that people are starting to know that I'm Erica. Okay. Continue with your favorite episodes.
Yeah, that was like, I would say in my last one, because the last, the other episodes, like especially with the whole Hurricane Barrel, were just really traumatic. And I choose not to revisit those again because, yeah, like I can feel that stress on me, still, but not on me still, but like I can hear it in the episodes. I can hear it in my voice. Like I wasn't 100%.
We could see it on you. Okay.
Yes, I was looking real rough, but I was just like, no, because it's true. I looked at real homely. Like I just looked at real stressed out. And like I wasn't 100%, but I still chose to show up. I was like, so are we going to do this or not? Like, we going to do another episode or not? Because we really could have been gone for like 2-3 months.
Yeah, I was like, checking in.
No, shoot. When I was in the hotel room, I was like, so let's do it. Like, let's put something out.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the commitment. When we think about our 1 year, again, we didn't get 52 episodes, but we really did a good job for not getting compensated. And like, this is just what we wanted to do. So I'm not mad at it. And I think, I know we're not at the things that we're like looking forward to or whatever goals and stuff for next year, but like, I'm excited of what we've accomplished. And I'm really excited for like where we can go, like for real. Because, hello, you see the bio in our Instagram. Get us out these 9-to-5s or whatever Jackie's doing. Let's get out of it.
Get me off the bedside, okay? Look, I'm getting myself out because, look, this ain't what you think it is. I already knew it wasn't going to be what I thought it was at all, but just another level of being in there. It's just like, ooh, we'll talk about it next week. But
not next week because we're taking time off.
Oh, yeah, the next episode, y'all. Yeah. But can I say, honorable mention, reality TV. I really had a good time with that.
So funny.
I really had a good time with that episode. That we didn't really pub that episode at all, and I really think I want to go in there and do something with it. But just us talking about like TV and how much TV has changed and reality TV and the different types of reality TV shows. I was just in my nostalgia bag, and I really want to do some more segments like that. So yes,
I'm like, I need to look and see like how well that did. Cause I think it actually did kind of okay. I think, cause there were a few episodes that we didn't pub that ended up being like, oh, surprise, surprise. Like
first off, I didn't think Mostly Dry January was going to do as well as it did, but
of course it did well. All these hoes is alcoholics. They said Mostly Dry. Let me see if y'all got tips in here. Lo and behold, we didn't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think one of my first favorite episodes is one of our earlier episodes. It's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's Broken Hearts and Happy Hours. Obviously, I'm talking about Brokey. Okay. I was like, I think that's the first time he made an appearance, episode 5. And then also we had a really great time with our Accenture crew. That was like one of the first bigger events that we had done with them. We had done like some other things, but I was like, that was like real sit down. We spent some time. We went to a new location. We was really trying to, that was also when we ended up getting that dry. Was that dry? No, that was a different episode. Anyway, so I enjoyed that episode because I was real raw and authentic. But that was also the episode that I was like, I look hideous. And I refuse to ever show up on the podcast looking like that ever again. Okay. So I was like,
sometimes you gotta learn your lessons. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
wow.
Our last episode, I was like, damn, I look real crusty. Like, I look real homely.
I was like, the dustiness. Okay. But it's not on YouTube yet, but we will use this time to get it up there because I know y'all like to watch us. Some of the other episodes that I like, anything that I'm talking about my family on, you know, like I just enjoyed, like, one was parenting. That was like one of the first episodes. I think we like talked about like our parent dynamics, our family dynamics, and things like that. I also liked, what else? I'm like, where else did we talk about my family? I'm like, all the ones that I talked about my family. I'm like, so like obviously a newer episode, like being like Gangchella and Cinderella, or the ultimate CatchUp, right? So those are
that was good.
The ultimate catch-up was really great because we had a lot to chat about. That's how we started the episode. We got a lot to talk about. So that one was really good too. I feel like, what else did I like? I know I'm not supposed to talk about politics, but I really want us to continue to do that because that's important to me.
I liked it. I didn't think I would enjoy doing that, but you got me into it. So I guess you see me in the polls.
Yeah. I also like the episode regrets and intuition. I'm like, what does it say? It says this episode, Erica does some ranting about a recent regret, and then we explore some questions. How do you know when you're making the right decision? So this is when I stopped talking to No Name.
Oh yeah, you made the right decision. I do feel like while he was more well off than, say, Brokey, you just had no physical, emotional connection to that man.
Yeah, it wasn't even like super physical because I was like, oh, adorable face, rounder body than I'm used to, like much rounder body than I'm used to. But like even that wasn't it. It was just the chemistry. And I'm like,
there was none.
There wasn't any.
There's
I'm like, I'm trying to like you because on paper you are checking all these boxes, but like in real life, I don't have it's like a regular schmegular time. It's not like I look forward to these times. There was nothing engaging. Anyway, yeah, those are just a handful of some of the episodes that I feel like I like. I'm sure there were a ton more episodes that I feel like I liked. And we'll start posting some of those. I'm like passing like friendship breakups, which y'all know that I have had. Okay. I'm like, that one's cool. Imposter syndrome. I feel like all those are great episodes. So feel free to go back into our archive and listen to them. Memorable moments. I'm like early on. It's not even on our podcast. We did a guest episode on somebody else's podcast, Sipping with BDG. And I was like, oh my gosh.
It was so early. And they just mentioned us on their stories, and we just missed it. Right?
I told them that. I was like, I missed this freaking story. They were like, yo, y'all episode be going up. And I was like, does it? That's what he said, doesn't he say? I'm like, let me get into these the DMs right now.
Let's go.
Because I swear he was like, listen, it was good. People still be talking. I was like, what'd you say? Let me see what he said. Why that girl look real fire on the this page. People were bragging on y'all and everything, LOL. We waiting on y'all, so let us know. Because I was like, dang, we missed this story mention. I'm sure it was dope. We appreciate you. And we will have to do another collab soon. And yeah, the response was, people were bragging on y'all and everything, LOL. We waiting on y'all, so let us know. Hello? Because who don't love us?
We honestly, can I also say that we have good chemistry? While you and No Name had none, I think we have really good chemistry. I feel like once it flows, we have a good topic, especially when it's just like really good. It's just like, wow, we can establish our own individual identities. And so that's what makes it a good like vibe, you know?
So let us know in the comments below. Are you team Jackie or are you team Erica?
Why are you trying to separate us? Like,
I want to know who's on my side, whose comments I need to thumbs up and like and really engage with.
Honey, you be one of his fans so bad. I'll be like,
girl. You fan. I want somebody who's no, I don't. I
You
don't
want a
need
yes
no
man.
stalkers.
Yes, you do. Stop. Yes, you
I
do.
want a little obsession, a little bit, but no.
My thing is, and
stalkers.
people love you though, and it's just like especially when we went to Horrible Decisions, that was a fun thing because people were like, Erica, yeah, that's my girl. Because like, yeah, bitch, yeah, like
that was so much fun. I can't, Jacqueline. Could you imagine us doing a live show?
I would definitely have a time. I'm probably gonna be really drunk.
Oh my God, no. I will probably take like 2 shots, but then I know that my like
no, I'll
performer, I need to be like, we have things.
On it.
There's Virgo in my chart somewhere, just like this Virgo podcast. And so I feel like that would start making this little like, okay, I want to act up like I want to. We would be drunk after. We might be drunk halfway through the show, but I know I'm not going to start the show intoxicated.
I definitely want to do games. I definitely want to do at least a game. I want to do some audience participation.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm trying to touch
I
something.
really like Hassan's idea around, am I just being extra? And like introducing that and like people telling their real extra stories. Cause you know, I keep running my mouth and I need y'all hoes to really get involved. Cause it can't just be me. Okay. Like, and I mean the audience. What are we going to call our audience members? You know, like what are our like, what are they? The listeners. I'm like, what should we call? Like, those are some of the things that I think about because, hello, I just told you I'm obsessed with me and I love watching our videos. And I'm just like, we're going to
manifest that shit. Honestly, like you got to see it.
So I'm like, what are these people going to be called? I'm like, the extras.
What about the extras? The XTs?
The XTs.
No.
Nah. All right.
Yeah, cause mute.
Back on mute.
Just like the title of this episode up here, I was like, nah, next.
I'm like, our little extras, you know, just like, oh, look at our little extras. Like,
that sounds bad.
It
look
does.
at extras.
But look at our little extras, our just extras, our... I ain't got it. So put if y'all listen to this podcast and y'all ride for it, what would y'all want to be called?
Yeah.
Name yourselves. Okay. I ain't never really had a nickname until Brokey. He would call me Blue. And it was actually like out of the blue. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like not anything connected to my name, you know? And I really appreciated that.
You like that nigga. Ugh. Oh God. Oh God.
I appreciate our time together. I don't like him because I know that is not my husband. How many times do I have to say that? I already am very I'm aware. I'm aware.
Yes. It's not your man, but he's the longer he's here, the longer he's gonna keep you from him. Okay? That's
why we need to introduce new hoes. Okay, new hoes, you are very much so welcome, even if it hurts his feelings. Okay, prove yourself. All right, so moving into our goals for next year. I know we only got to 41 episodes, but I'm like, my goal is to do like 50. I'm like 50 episodes. Like, even if we have to bulk record,
I do think
we should be able to get 50
true.
episodes.
I think that breaks are necessary. It gives us a moment to regroup and recharge and come out. I do think that I want intentional breaks. This was not an intentional break, and it kind of had me stressed out a little bit. It is, but I was really, like I said, really happy that we still were able to put out some content. It wasn't the best, but it was content. Okay. And that's what consistency is about. Yeah, definitely just for me, holding myself more accountable with like the quality and the consistency. That is what I want to do. Like,
I keep thinking about our social media commitment. Like, I'm just like, okay, if we really like did the thing on socials, like that's how people are going to get more visibility to us. Like, so for me, I'm like, okay, great. We're going to have Hassan on. He's going to really be responsible for like our video and our audio. Like, we won't have to worry about those type of edits. You and I, we can focus on engagement. Like, what are we doing on our socials to boost some visibility? We can start doing the things that we really need to do, like and, you know, get a website and like some of those other things that like we need to start
that
doing.
matter.
So,
and that really requires, like, I can't wait to build like a real authentic team. And I feel like right now this is really good. And I'm really so happy for this.
we need to have commitment though, like with our actual, like like, okay, time to work, like working meetings and things like that, but like actual times, like business meetings, like need to become a regular staple for us to think about that and like put the intention behind it.
I like the idea of when we were doing quarterly meetings. I feel like that's good. Huh?
I think we need to do monthly. But let's not we don't have to go too into it. But like just getting committed. Like that's all I want to say. Like commitment to social media, like commitment to the business part, really thinking about like growing. I think like if we could do something like monthly to be like, this is just, we're not working on clips. We are here to sit and talk about like the behind the scenes, the business part, the growth, like that stuff. Monthly, I feel like we should be able to manage something like that. And we could do it over a drink because we like that ish. We can make it a situation.
Sure
and then one day we going to expense that hoe. So,
oh shoot, we need trust me, we're gonna get this together. My schedule's a little weird, but I do think that knowing that, okay, we have to sit down to schedule. What's the schedule looking like? What's your schedule looking like? You know, take time for scheduling, take time to just really do stuff. But yeah, we'll talk about that afterwards. We're still recording. But yes, I do want us to really have a presence. I feel like when I really focus in on social media, I really could get the engagement that we need. You know, I've noticed when I took over social media, I've done a couple of things, you know, it popped a little bit. And I feel like if I really focus in on it and do more, it could really move. Like, I was so happy that what's that one place that we go to? Urban Social was like, yo, thanks for talking. I did not expect that at all.
Me neither. I'm going to be very transparent. I was obviously in Europe and I was talking to my little sister and I was like, didn't we post this? And I checked and I was like, okay, I guess we didn't really post this. But then I was like, what? I was like confused by this clip. I was like, I'm so confused. Like, I'm just like, it's a good clip, but I'm just like, it felt long to me. And then I was just like, just talking to my sister about it. And she was just like, okay. And I'm like, but I'm chilling. Cause you know, I'm like, I appreciate it. It's out here. But I was just like, it just feels long to me. And then Urban Social, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, I am so glad that I just shut up. And my little sister was like, you was going to go in. And I was like, no, I wasn't. I mean, maybe. I was like, I'm sitting right here. Okay, I was like, the only reason you knew that I was thinking something was because you were literally in my face. But I know how to express myself and like, you know, manage my situation. Again, I just was like, this is a longer clip. But I was just like, okay, cool. But it got the attraction. I was like, that's why I don't know what I'm talking. I don't know. So I'm like, do what you do. Be out here. I support it. That's it. But I really was like, I was very surprised by it. So
you was like, what is this?
I don't even think I realized that you tagged Urban Social until that happened. I was like, oh. I was like, who knows Urban Social? Like, who's going to even? And then it really clicked in my mind that I was like, that is what gets like you got to talk about somebody. And you got to like, cool. So, yeah. Don't listen to me.
I was once, look, trust me, if I would have stuck to what I stuck to like 10 years ago, we wouldn't be here, okay? Maybe on something better, but like, we wouldn't be here. I would be in my mansion, my Jackie Ina mansion, okay?
Please.
But like, trust me, I know, like, I'm not consistent, but there's something, I might know a little something.
Yeah, which is why I need to shut up. Which is why I didn't say nothing.
But you just never know sometimes. You can put you're all into a clip or a video and it just gets nowhere. And then one thing you just like, just posted it, or you just had the right timing. Like, boom. That's why timing matters, content matters, what you do matters. So yeah.
I'm very excited that we invested in the AI. So that's going to be really great for us. I feel like, because I'm like, I forgot to post a clip this morning, but I was like, I made 3 of them. So I'm just like, we can get things to be out here. Something's going to hit. You know, got 1.5K views on a TikTok. 1.5.
Nice.
I was like, what? Okay. All right. So just because I know we're getting like to 2 hours and ain't nobody here. So what do you feel like your fears and any reservations that you have about the podcast? What would those be?
I just don't want my professional life to get so overwhelming to the point where I'm like, I just don't have time for this. I gotta go, you know? And I don't want to do that. That's my fear.
Are we the same person? Except mine was the opposite direction. I was like, I'm afraid of losing my job and then being like, this issue isn't important. Like, I need a job.
Same. It's all the same.
Similar vein. And then you know me, I'm always like, Jackie and I are going to fight and we're going to break up and then the podcast is going to die. So that is one of my fears.
If it do, it do. That's why I be like, look, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But I think that's why it's important to have the tough conversations. I'm happy you're getting more comfortable talking to me. And you're finding somebody you can talk to, okay? Like, yes, you're rude as fuck. Yes, I understand that.
Who's rude? Me? For real?
Yes, but it's just like, ma'am, you say it yourself every week. Like, how do you get mad because I just repeated what you said? Yes, you can be very rude and very, like, a little apathetic sometimes, but and self-centered, but that is something I identify with as well. I'm so serious. Like, it's like, I can be like that too, but I know at the end of the day, you're not a bad person. Like, you're not. Like, I think it's okay to get people together. Duh. Like, we can all get each other together because I got a lot of problems.
Just talking in therapy, I was like, I want to help. I want to be better about shaming people. I feel like I shame people a lot and I just don't want to do that. Like, anytime that I feel really righteous, I'm like, shame. How did you not know this? Why would you not do that? Or why? And I just need to be a better person because I'm not perfect, but it's embedded in me. It's trained in me. Like, I have been shamed a lot. So it's like a go-to kind of like, oh, I'm going to shame you, Avi. So I want to work on not doing that ish because that's not cute. Okay. The last other thing,
just balancing the grace with the account of the shaming. I feel like y'all deserve a little shame sometimes. I don't know. I think for me, like, if you just ignored all the times I was late or just like not together, like I would just be late. Yeah, it's just I just wouldn't even I wouldn't try. Like, but I'm trying because I understand, like, that is not only you say, like, of course you just say like, oh, you're late, but you've also talked about like, hey, this is a reflection on how you feel about me. This is how you respect the relationship. Show up on time. That's a form of respect. So respect. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right, she right.
The other last fear that I would mention is just like coworkers, just because I am an HR professional. Like, I'm just like, I don't want these hoes really in my business because, again, I was talking about all the dick that I like. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to know. Right? Like, they don't need to know about my puss being cute or me thinking that it is. It is. You know? Like, they don't need to know. But I can't not be me. And I'm me in the workplace. But I'm even more me on this podcast. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's another fear because
I think I'll find people find out about it from me. And yeah, that is another thing because I'm now in a profession that, you know, reputation does kind of matter. But at the end of the day, if I'm not violating like any rules as far as me doing the job, like, I don't. What you gonna do? Who gonna check me, boo? What you gonna make fun of me? That's fine. I don't talk to you no way.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I just look at myself like, oh, I'm a reflection of the company. And so they're going to be like, we don't want nobody who be talking about.
This ain't no OnlyFans.
I was literally just editing a clip for the podcast. And I was thinking about the one question that I asked about, like, oh, have you ever had sex with your coworkers? Or do you have sex with your coworkers? And you were like, oh, I've never. And I was like, I've sat on dick in every workplace, inside the workplace, outside the workplace. And I was like, that would be such a great clip. And I clicked it. And then I was like, dang, you know what's stopping me?
Work. Maybe you need to just block everybody you work with.
Right. I blocked my boss.
Like, if I literally it does go viral, that'd be so funny.
It would be crazy.
But you should put an asterisk, not this current job.
every job except for this one, which means the only one I'm talking about is my previous one.
All right, we're coming into 2 hours.
All right, so what would you have as advice? Okay, so we're talking about us being in our first year or making our first year. Any advice that you would give to someone who's like just starting something or is at the beginning, early in something? What advice would you give?
If you're gonna choose this. This is just like any relationship. You got to choose to be committed to it. You know, you got to make a choice. There's gonna be days you don't want to do it. There's gonna be days you don't want to pull out your laptop. There's gonna be days you don't even want to speak. But if you made the commitment, you need to go ahead and commit to it, because what you get out of it will be worth a lot more, and you're going to be so happy you started. So start now, because a year from now, you're going to be like, damn, I should have started a year ago.
That's how I feel about all this fat around my midsection is, dang, I should have started a whole year ago. Okay. But yeah, no, that's great advice. I definitely think that, yeah, take that first step, right? Like, that's really important. I think, I was making jokes when we were thinking about this before, so all that's popping into my head is like jokes, like, okay, if it's your first time having sex, y'all better make sure you like that man. Okay, you better
make sure you okay with any
consequence,
literally any consequence that comes from this action of yours. You're okay with, so you better trust that man.
Or you do the work beforehand. Okay, do all the screening. Okay, make sure that you do the work. So yeah, again, prepare yourself, right? Gather your information. Also for first timers, seek help. Thanks to San for, coming to us. We didn't seek you, but we have always been saying, like, we need somebody. Jackie be talking about these Indians overseas that we gonna get for $5
They're
to
actually
work
Filipinos.
for us. Okay. So we really appreciate you, Hassan, for stepping in and being our little okay.
Don't do that. That's not cool. Scratch that. No.
This is you. I'm the inclusion person. I'm the one who was like, why we gotta go to Asia? Why can't we just pay people what they're worth? Why can't we not have nobody until we got the cash to pay them?
They set the rates. I'm paying it. Just because $5 stretch. Just because $5 stretch more over there than it do over here, I'm not trying to have no child
laborers. Okay, I'm not trying to have no child laborers.
They literally have a whole house and apartment, and they are doing just fucking fine. And I'm saying, I could pay that rate. Everybody goes to Bali, Thailand. You know how much I've already stretched to Thailand. Stop playing.
My money did stretch. It was long.
So if I could pay if this person living on the island doing his thing off of $5, $20, $100. I'm going to pay it, because it's going to be better work than what you going to get over here. If I'm paying somebody $100 or just whatever for like a year's worth of work or something, it's not going to be like that. But still.
$100 for a year's worth of work.
That's what she's trying to get out of y'all. Not that. I'm not doing that. But you know what I'm saying.
I understand.
Erica, stop, because you know what I mean.
She's trying to get a discount. I know.
It's a discount for me.
She said good results for the low. She said this is Ross.
If somebody in Mars was like, look, I'm gonna give you $5,000 a day to do this, to post this clip of mine. $5,000 to them is 5 cents. Bitch, I'm taking that $5,000. I don't give a fuck if I went to the Mars and I moved to Mars. I'm gonna need more than that. No, I'm staying my ass right here. I like it right here. I'm gonna ball out on $5,000 a day. Give me my $5,000 a day. I'm sorry. Y'all have a good one.
This has been another episode of the Just Extra podcast. This has been our season 1 finale episode of the Just Extra podcast. Kudos to us. Shout out to us. Okay. What you got left in your cup? Cheers to us, okay? For holding each other down, all right? For doing the thing, for looking good, for being good people, okay? If you would like to follow us and stay connected, you can. Actually, you should. It's on TikTok and Instagram, the Just Extra podcast, _podcast. You can follow Jackie at all things J. J is Jay. You can follow me. I'm Erica at Erica_stay ready. And we'll see you in a few weeks for our season 2 premiere. It may be a little different, but it's also going to be a little the same. And we'll see you there.
Cheers. Bye.
We're just being extra.